So let's say you want to get started with this thing called investing. You've got a little bit of money, not enough to actually buy a house, and you've got all these different ideas that you came across about investing. Things like real estate, stock trading, commodities, future, gold, watches, fine arts, crypto, and so much more. Now, all this cloudness that you have in your mind is making you feel overwhelmed and super heavy to actually jump into investing your path. Before I begin this video, guys, I'd like to give a huge shout out to anyone who loves traveling, especially on cruise ships. Please go to msc.com. Check out this cruise ship because it's amazing. Their prices are super competitive compared to the other companies, and they've got services all over the world. Their food is amazing, their service, their facilities. There are around more than 20 different activities that you come across every single day that changes from day to day. So just by staying in the cruise, you don't need to actually get out once you reach the second country or the destination and the actual initiatory or the plan. Anyway, guys, so diving right into this video, I'd like to simplify this thing called investing for you as a beginner into 4 main different categories. Category number 1 is what actually is investing, the basics, the purpose of it. The second category, I'll be mentioning how to jump into actually investing. The third categories are the most common fears and questions related about investing, which a lot of people hate to go into and understand in order to get into investing. And fourth but not last category is the fast lane investing. After reading this book, which I thought would be very reasonable to add in this video. So starting with the first category, what is actually investing and what is its main purpose? So basically, investing is all about making more money with what you currently have in your hands. And the reason for that is to fight inflation and maintain your lifestyle, okay? You don't want to have a very zigzag lifestyle because you will feel already confused and overwhelmed. So you want to stop that by fighting inflation. And we all know that the purchasing power and the value of money is going down. That being said, the $100 or $1,000 today is worth much less in the future because in the past it was worth much more than what it is right today. So history will repeat itself, and it is clear the thing which you buy with $1 today will not be the same dollar which you buy 5 years from now. So how do you actually overcome this? Simply by learning how to invest in the right and proper way. So how does actually investing fight inflation? Well, let me give you a live example to have demonstrated. Say you've got a house and you would like to use this house in order to pay off your expenses and liabilities. So you go ahead, you put it on rent, and you grab those tenants and they pay you rent every single month accordingly to the market value. Deflation happens and the price of monthly rent goes up, say by 10 or 15%. All you gotta simply do is match the market price and you will still have sales. You will still have tenants who would agree and accept to stay in your place and pay you for it. Why? Because you gotta go with the market, otherwise look for another planet to live in. If you don't follow the rules and what actually is going on in life today, if you're not aware of that, then it will be very hard for you to actually live according to your expectations. If you depend on your salary and pay raise, chances are you will not catch up with inflation because inflation happens nearly every single year. Okay, after recession there's an inflation, and after inflation there's a recession. So the market is actually already going up and down. The reason for the prices are going upwards is simply because the value of the printed money is becoming less and less due to its volume. Diving into category number 2, how to actually get started with this thing called investing if you don't actually have a house that you can rent out to tenants, which most people watching this video do not actually have. Well, I'm here to recommend and tell you that there's a way through the stock market. Now, before you close this video and move on to another video or a music that you would like to listen to on YouTube, please check out this video about Warren Buffett. Why does he recommend the S&P 500 index fund as a beginner to start your investing path?
If you're a young person and you intend to save a portion of your income over time, I just say just pick out a very broad index, and I would probably use the S&P 500, because I think if you start getting beyond that, you start.
So as you have just saw the short clip of the world best, smartest, most intelligent investor, Warren Buffett, you do not actually need to be an expert. You do not need to go through years and days of coaching and classes about boring stock market, how does it run, and what are all these candles, how to actually read them and be an analyst. You don't need to do all that, okay? Life is much more easier and simpler and better if you do not go into that detail and be overwhelmed before jumping into any new project. So you can simply just go to vanguardwebsite.com and buy your shares into the S&P 500 index fund, which is the biggest 500 companies in the world today, in order to minimize the risk and not be so worried about your investment value. The reason for that is because there are 500 different companies, biggest companies in the world like Google, Microsoft, and Apple, and all the risk is divided into 500 different companies. So if one company goes down, the other company will uplift it, and you will be, safe that you did not lose in the stock market, which a lot of people believe and think that will happen to them. If you cannot get access to Vanguard.com, then you can just speak to your local broker who you trust, or go to your bank and just say, I'd like to buy some shares into the S&P 500 index fund, and they will give you a gateway for that, which will secure your investment. Before I jump into category number 3, which is the common fears, guys, please understand that this concept called investing is not like a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? It's something that would take around 10 years to actually really see big value. But if you think about it, why not, if you're already going to spend what you're currently making and make 5 times, 10 times, or 100 times more, than simply just putting it into your savings account, which would you get only an extra of 0.1% as an interest rate based on your current investment. So it is actually worth to continue watching this video. So what are the common fears when it comes to investing? And speaking about myself, why did I hate business? Thought money is the root of all evil, did not understand it, thought it's super risky, and just prayed to have a stable job, is simply because of knowledge. If you do not get educated, at least with the basics, then chances are for you being scared of this thing called investing are really high, and it will stop you from investing, which means you're losing not only time but money. A lot of people say, what if the market crashes like it always does? What if my $1,000 drop down to 600? I'm just gonna lose money like that. I prefer to at least know where my money is coming and going and put it into a saving bank account than put it in the stock market. Well, let me answer to you this question, because I was the most negative person when it comes to investing, and I had all these doubts and questions until I got them answered. Things started to become more clear and positive. If you do sell your losses, guys, then yes, definitely investing is not for you, and you will lose and fail like all these stories that you came across. But if you just have that patience, belief, and faith that things will turn out to be better, and the economy will improve, and the stock price which you bought will increase because the company is actually getting bigger and stronger, then do not sell your losses. Buy your shares and just grab a hold of them. If you check out, for example, the price of Apple stock 5 years ago, it is now worth 3 times more. So if you spent $1,000 3 years ago and bought stock shares, today that $1,000 with you not doing anything with is now worth $3,000. Same story how people became wealthy and rich with Coca-Cola and all these different companies. When they first started, that a lot of people thought they will fail. I gave you a solution for that, which is to jump into not buying directly as a beginner, because still your confidence and faith is not that strong in the stock market and about business and investing overall. You still don't understand how actually money works. So you go ahead and you put your money into the 500 different companies, which is the index fund, and they will do all the management for you. You don't need to do anything, especially not listen to the news. But once again, if you do leave the money and not sell your losses, then gradually the market value and the stock price will skyrocket and you will make 100 times more. Let me show you a quick example before I jump into the fast lane of investing about my friend who bought stocks in the Apple market about 5 or 6 years ago, and he sold his losses because he couldn't handle the next week or day of the price going down. He was like, no, it will go down, it will never go back up. Just like, you know, how stock market is, it goes up and down like a zigzag, but gradually it's going that way. So he thought, no, it's going zigzag, like, you know, horizontal, or it might even go downward. So he just sold his losses. And after that, he said no to anything that's related to investing or business or making more money or just being positive about the future. So I told him, well, do you remember how much you bought the actual Apple price? And he was like, I don't remember, but you know, I spent somewhere around 10,000 US dollars. So I was like, do you know if you just left that money for 3 years, now it would be in triple? So 10,000 US dollars, it would be worth no less than 30,000 US dollars. Can you do that with your savings? Can you expect that from your employer? Can you expect that from a job raise? No. Can you expect that from your academic education? No. Can you expect that from your business experience? No. So why did you sell your losses? And at least now you know you made a mistake. So now you would go back and have that patience. But he was like, no, it's not for me. I'm never going to go back again because I simply just can't handle the pressure. And I was like, you know what? Fair enough. If everybody became a wealthy investor like you, nobody would clean floors. That's just a joke, guys. So moving on to category number 4, the fast lane of investing. After reading this book by MJ DeMarco, The Millionaire Fast Lane, which he preaches about that the best investment that would pay you 100,000 or even 1,000,000 times more is if you invest between your ears, okay? So if you invest more into yourself, your skills, high income skills like coaching, closing, public speaking, website development, data creating, content management, you know, all these kind of things that do provide a lot of cash and market value and attract eyeballs in the market, then you would be paid 100 times more for the skill and knowledge that you get than just simply putting the money into a investment vehicle. The reason for that is 1, nobody can take it away even if the market crashes. 2, any country you can go to or any business you can run, you can apply what you have learned and make 10 or 100 times more than what it is already making based upon your core competencies. 3, you would be grateful and happy every single day of your life because you would know how to manage yourself, your emotions, and your skills, and you would have that financial confidence, which is priceless. Thank you for watching, guys. Once again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to manage your algorithm in order to watch more similar videos that are related to how to becoming more wealthy in your life, and also hit the like button. That would help me excel and provide more value to you through YouTube.